Today I'm going to talk about HTTP. So basically HTTP is based on TCP/IP and it's a stateless protocol. It means it will only share information till the connection is established. After the connection after the connection eliminates, it's not going to basically transmit the data. So HTTP is leveraged for data transmission from one server to another while leveraging HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Now moving on, the point that we have to understand about HTTP is that yes, it is an important protocol, but now we have HTTPS, which is an upgraded version of it, and it's way more secure version of it. Anyways, so the default port that is assigned to HTTP is 80, and all the ports, for example, all the protocols, they have certain assigned ports. For example, for HTTPS is 443, for HTTP it's 80, for your database MySQL is going to be some other port, for Telnet is going to be another port. So whatever services you're using, whatever protocols are there will be a certain default port that will be assigned to it. So basically it's a standardized way of transmission of information from one node to another on the web when you talk about HTTP, and the standards and specifications are provided by the W3C. As I've already shared, HTTP is connectionless. It means once the client sends a request and to receive the data, it waits for the server to respond, and once the server sends the response and the data transmission is completed and the connection ends, that's all. It will not hold any information of the server once the client gets the information. That's why it's termed as connectionless. Once its job is done, it just gets out. It's done. The client and the server will know about each other only during the current request and response phase. After that, it completely ends. They will not know about it. They won't have any much information about each other. So that's why it's termed as connectionless. Any kind of data can be sent over HTTP. It accepts all media types as long as both the client and data has information about how to handle data. The client and the server has the information about how to handle data. There's a mistake over here. Client and server needs to know about how to handle data. They should have some certain set of applications which in the application layer which is going to handle this data in the format and has to be synchronized in a nice way. For example, you're watching a video. You need a video player to basically watch the video. You need an audio player to listen to the audio. If you don't have it, definitely it won't be able to render audio to audio file. It won't be able to render video file. So that's what it says, the last line. If not, synchronization will not be achieved. Definitely the synchronization will not be achieved if you don't have a player. If you don't have an audio player, how can you synchronize and you can listen to the data? It's not possible at all. So right now we talked about the very earlier version of HTTP. HTTP 1.0 uses a new connection for each request response exchange, where HTTP 1.1 connection can be used for one or more request response exchange. So you can see the HTTP 1 was a little earlier version. This is the HTTP 1.1 is it's an upgraded version of HTTP 1.0, and you can see the change. In the first one, for every request and response, it's going to send and uses a new connection. For the 1.1, yes, the connection can be used for one or more requests. It can be multiple requests as well. In the first one, there was only a single request. So these are some of the important parameters that are shared during the HTTP communication. See, the point that you have to understand is that the HTTP request and response follows a standardized format. This is a standardized format. Whatever you're learning, this is standardized. Whatever device type, whichever network, whichever ISP, whichever thing you're using, is standardized. When we are talking about HTTP communication, these are the parameters which are standardized and which is mentioned in RFC 822 document. So what you have to do, go down, Google RFC 822 document, you're going to find every information about HTTP. RFC documents are leveraged to understand about each of the protocols, and apart from the protocols, a lot of things as well, like web concepts, etc. So if you want to know more about it, like really deep engineering level information, then you have to go to RFC 822 documents. You can just go there, Google it down, RFC 822